I'm Aaron, and today we're going to be learning the sit command. With this command, the dog is expected to put his butt on the ground directly in front of the handler. It is not the dog sitting down and then laying down, and it is not the dog sitting down and then popping right back up. Sitting is a neutral, comfortable position for the dog to be in, and it allows the handler to have the dog be in a short-term stationary position. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a high-value treat as a lure to guide the dog back into the sitting position. Eventually, we'll be able to phase out the lure, and at some point eventually we'll be able to have the dog sit next to the handler rather than in front of. All right, so what you do is you get your high-value treat, you make sure you get your dog really nice and interested in that treat, and then you start pushing your hand up over the dog's head so that his head tilts back and follows the treat, which will then naturally cause the dog to sit down, cause his backside to start going towards the ground. Right before his butt hits the ground, you want to give the verbal cue of sit, as well as the visual cue, which today we're going to be using this. Really, you can do anything you want. Right before he hits it, verbal visual cue, followed by good, as soon as his butt hits the ground, followed by good boy, treat. All right, so here I'm going to give you a visual representation of what this should look like. So again, most of my dogs are pretty small, so I'm going to get down here. You want to make sure you get your dog nice and interested in the treat. There you go, he's nice and interested. Raise that up over his head. Naturally, his back should start to fall. As soon as his butt is starting to go towards the ground, sit.